Alright guys, this is Justin from Kid Lawn Care. I am ending my first season and I've learned a couple things, and man, I've learned so many things it's almost hard to make a video about all of them because this video is going to last like 10 minutes. But this is the beginning of you know what I want to do. I want to make a little bit of a vlog just like everybody else, but I watch a lot of people like you'll have to excuse me, my kid's kind of crying in the background. He's being fussy, but here I'm trying to recall the people that I listen to on YouTube, and I can't. But we'll go ahead and cover that real quick. Brian with Top Notch Lawns, Brian with Brian's Lawn Care, Jason Krill with Lawn Care Life, and I can't think of his name, but Country Vlogs. There's another guy, I don't even know what his name is, I can't remember, Blades of Grass. He's a pretty good guy to watch. He's got some good information, some good tips. But what I've really enjoyed from watching all these people this whole year, being subscribed and watching all their old videos, is that all these people have started with pretty much what I've got now. You know, beater pickup truck. I mean, I've had this truck for nearly 10 years now, and even if I get a bigger truck, which I really plan to because I have a family, and having something that doesn't have 4 doors and that you have to go to take home and trade to get a car to go pretty much to the same spot again to get your kids is obviously pretty annoying. So I need all these guys that I've watched, even another guy, Countryside Mows or something like that. You know, they've all started at I don't really want to say the bottom of the pit, but realistically, everybody started off with beat up trucks. You know, some of the equipment, yeah, I'm not gonna say it looks beat up, but it's not the kind of stuff you see on you know, professional guys, big commercial companies. So I've really enjoyed that because for me, I feel like it's almost me because I'm starting off with secondhand equipment. I've been a mechanic for a long time, and thankfully I've been a smart enough mechanic that I'm not just strictly stuck to cars, although I cannot repair a diesel to save my life. I will throw that out. But you know, I want to make this video because hopefully in a few years from now, when I go back and look at myself, I can be like, man, look at how far I've gone. I've gone from a solo operation to hopefully like 3 or 4 employees. That's the goal. I don't know if that's really ever going to happen. I really want it to, but for right now, I'm working full-time because benefits are great, and you know, the job's not the greatest. It's pretty labor-intensive. You're always outside, which I realize that's kind of a redundant thing since we've been going lawn care. But a few years from now, I would like to be in a office, you know, doing quotes. I want to be on the truck more. I don't want to destroy my body. I'm kind of getting almost, I'm not really 40, but you know, I'm a couple years away from it. I don't want to be in a position where I'm 50, 60 years old shaking hands at Walmart, because I've got retirement plans in place and I've got an IRA and a few other things, but let's be honest, the way that the economy is fluctuating and things are becoming drastically more and more expensive every day, I feel like you'd have to have like $500,000 to survive your life by the time I retire and not have to, you know, I don't want to have to worry about things, let's put it that way. My kids, they're also 1 and 4, so again, 10, 15 years from now, I don't want to have the question of which college do I go to, and me just, I got the slightest idea how you're going to be able to afford college, it's going to be on you. Which I do want them to work for what they do, but I don't want to have to be in a position where, Daddy, I need $2,000 to start school in a month, and I can be like, well, sorry, Daddy doesn't have it, so your education's going to have to be on hold. I'm trying to put things in place. Wife's trying to be a nurse practitioner, so we've got maybe another probably 3 years of school left for that, but you know, when she starts making decent money and we don't have to depend on my, I don't want to say crappy salary, but when you got 2 kids and, I don't know, 2 kids and you have to pay for health insurance, you might as well have a crappy salary because health insurance is about, I don't know, I feel like 30% of what I make. So that's kind of why I started this lawn care thing. Plus, like I said, I don't want to be so held into all the labor and such. I also feel like I'm a pretty smart guy. You know, and being that said, you know, I've been in retail sales. I've been on the mechanical side of things, and I really did enjoy sales. I work Monday through Friday because, like I said, just right now is not a good time to transition. I'm the main breadwinner. I don't want to just quit my job and start doing this full time. Although I could probably afford to. You know, it's scary because if I quit my job in order to do this full time, I'd have to go and advertise. And right now I've only got maybe 15 customers. I'm bringing in about 2,200 gross revenue a month. And that's really just weekends, maybe a couple, you know, half nights through the week, maybe 2-3 hours here and there. So, you know, I could go out there and advertise and get more customers and do all that, but then I don't want to destroy myself to where I get home at the end of the night and I'm exhausted. I still only really want to work 4 to 5 days a week. I don't want to work weekends. I'm trying to avoid working on holidays because, you know, while I want to make this a full-time business, I'm not trying to wreck other people's lives. So I would like to hire employees, but my really bottleneck that I'm having right now is if I hire somebody and say they decide to quit or they're just terrible, and for whatever reason, and I become a solo operation and I've hired more I've gained more clients for that employee to make better time of. Now I have to somehow figure out how to manage, you know, people that I can't manage. Where is he going? 30 miles an hour at a 60. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. This is the best time for me to make these videos because for one, you get to see my real world reactions. And it's quiet in here. I don't have kids screaming at me or whatever. So that's why I do majority of these videos in the truck. Plus, you know, I'm alone with my thoughts so I can get this out. But you know, I don't want to hire another guy, him bail, and then I've got to leave work early, or I've got to start taking part-time so that I can start doing this more. I am devoted to this, while at the same time I have to look out for myself and my family. So, you know, right now I feel like I've got enough to be able to breeze through next summer. I just bought a second blower. My wife doesn't really understand why, but I don't want to be in a position where my equipment breaks and then I have nothing to do with. And while, yeah, I could probably rent a blower, I don't want to. For me, it's cheap enough to have that thing sitting on the wall. If I don't need it, great. If I need it, awesome. I've got it on tap. You know, there's, you know, stuff like that you got to look out for. At least in my, you know, situation. I want to be the guy that if something happens, I'm still going to be there, either the same day or the next day. So let's leave this video at that. This is my 2018 review. I'll put a couple of other videos up, kind of explaining equipment, maybe some other tips and tricks. Hopefully this video helps you guys out, and leave some comments in the description below. With that.